Good morning everyone, I hope you are all doing really well. Today is Today is Saturday the 7th of November and today is home office moving day, renovation, DIY, whatever I'm calling this video. So I am setting up a new home office space and I have been impatiently waiting to do this all week. I've been so excited to get into my new space. So a bit of background, in case you are not following me on Instagram, which if you're not, please do go follow. You get much more instant updates on there than you do on here. But I have been working from home for pretty much 6 months. 6 months into this work from home journey. And it's been okay, but I think even though I knew it was going to last a while, I think all of us were like, in the back of our minds, knew it was going to last a while, but we all sort of treated it like a temporary situation, praying that we'd get back in a lot quicker. And even when our lockdown restrictions lifted here in the UK, because my office couldn't provide social distancing for our team, we ended up working from home continuously, which is why it's been 6 months for us. Or actually, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. It's been 9 months actually. 9 months working from home, and that's a toll on anybody if you're not used to that situation. I've pretty much been working in an office since I was, what, 19 plus? Whatever, like, so yeah, it's been interesting. And obviously with the new lockdown coming in for the next month, which I predict will be much longer with a small recess over Christmas, that's my prediction out there, it's just kind of made the situation of like, I actually really need to make my space grow up and everything like that. There are other reasons as well for setting up the home office, because I'm actually going to be moving down here into this space. Not this space here, something else is happening with this space, but that's for another video, but this space here. And you may be wondering, well, if you've got this spare room in your house, which we do, we have the second room which no one is occupying, and that's where I was using as a home office, why would you want to come and move into your living room situation? There's a number of reasons, which I will go through now basically. First one is that I feel very alone up in that office. I pretty much go from bedroom to living room to work out in the morning, back up to the bedroom, back to the bathroom to get ready, back to the bedroom to put clothes on, and then up to the office. And I just feel very isolated for 8 hours up there. It's an actual attic room, so it's like on the top floor up in the rafters, and it's just really isolating. And I think I just need a new change of scenery basically. I just need to feel a bit more inclusive, and I feel like moving into the living room will make me feel more inclusive in my home. The second is the room isn't really that great for working in. There's a damp problem which I've made my landlord aware of a few times, but it's still not getting fixed and it keeps getting pushed back because of restrictions, etc, etc. So it's not the best environment to work in. The other one is the school. So I actually live, it's kind of weird, but my street's here, there's a primary school literally here which backs on to kind of behind that where our little garden bit is. And the children, it's a primary school by the way, so now I fully understand that kids need to go outside and play and have exercise, and they have been locked up for a while and they do deserve it. Absolutely do agree with that. However, because of our distancing like guidelines, they have to form like bubbles in their group, which means they have to go out separate times. So pretty much from 10 till 3 on the hour, every hour, a load of children are let out into the wild to have breaks and stuff like that. And it's just screaming. It is just pure screaming. And this is my problem. I'm fully aware of this. I bet parents out there are like, yeah, kids make noise. I fully appreciate that. It's just not what I was expecting from my working day, because obviously when we got this house, I knew it backed onto a primary school, but as far as I was aware, I would work in an office far away from this house, so I wouldn't have to deal with it. And also back then they only came out 3 times a day, so you got a little break. So yeah, very much, it's a lot of noise and it's very distracting. So moving down here into the living room, it's not like you can hardly hear it in this room, whereas in the attic the window faces onto the playground. It's like a View-Lux, there we go, View-Lux window, so it's in the roof, so you don't actually look onto it. It faces that way, so the noise just comes straight in there. So yeah, that's one thing. And the other thing is that the attic is incredibly cold. I have to put a space heater on pretty much for the entire day, especially now that we're in winter, which is costing me a lot of money, but it just doesn't seem to warm up that room. Whereas down here, this room is heated up with the radiators and stuff, so I'm just going to feel a lot more comfortable working in this space. And then the final thing is just that I really wanted to upgrade and make it a nice home office, and I really wanted to feel like a proper businesswoman. I'd done a few little things to kind of feel like that, but really it was just a desk that we had, a chair that was borrowed from work, and all my office equipment, and that was pretty much it. And I really was like, I need to start investing in stuff and making it feel nice for me. The other little thing that's like kind of like a part of this that's kind of spurred this on is that I actually have a new job, which is the first time I'm kind of really telling anyone on here, literally saying it out loud to anyone other than friends and family. But yeah, I have a new job. I'm going up in the world of marketing, and I start literally on Cyber Monday, the 30th of November, which means a lot of the equipment and stuff that I have, obviously I'm gonna have to return to my current employer because it's not mine. So this was kind of that point where it was like, I actually need to start investing in a few things computer wise and stuff to help my situation. So that was the other side of it. And then the kind of final bit of it is like my blog and everything. So I'm doing more of these videos where I'm going to be editing them in the evenings and stuff like that. I'm doing more kind of posts, I'm doing a lot more content. And working on your laptop on your sofa isn't the best thing in the world, but at the same time I don't want to spend all day in the home office and then just stay up there working while my husband is enjoying his sweet life down here. I want to at least be able to take a break and chat to him. So I really wanted to create an inclusive home office in the living room so that I could be working and then I could swivel around and take a 5-minute break and talk to him and then be back to it. So I wasn't feeling like I was pushed away. Like if I had to, I could take my setup and go somewhere else if I really needed to concentrate, but I really wanted that kind of like felt inclusive and stuff. So let me kind of show you the current setup, and then I'm going to talk about kind of what inspired the interior style of these things, and we can go from there. So this is my current home office situation setup. So as you can see, I have it facing out into the room because it used to be across this wall bit here, but it became, I was just staring at the same blank wall every day and I hated it. So I moved over into more of the CEO position in the room, which the space could handle. But over time, it's got a little bit, yeah. So you can see I need dual screens. Normally this is more here, but I need dual screens to do what I do because spreadsheets, all the wires and everything. My book sits there, normally always open because I'm constantly making notes and looking at things. So mug right here. Put this chair here because sometimes Lee sits and works with me. Got my footrest because I'm short. I can't actually reach the ground when I sit on a chair, so nice footrest. And there's a blanket there to put over my feet because this room gets so cold up in here. Planty, which is always nice to have as a Zoom background when the guys see me. She's outgrowing the space, so I definitely need to move her. I've also got a bin that I'm going to try and cover with how much rubbish is in there, and also space heater right there in the corner because this attic gets very, very cold very quickly. So for what I have planned now, I've really been inspired, like I said, by these kind of living situations, and I love kind of like, I like homes that I've seen there they kind of build like a family computer area within to their kitchens. Obviously I can't do that in our current kitchen, it's too small, but I figured I could do something similar here. So I've been really looking on Pinterest. It's my one place I look for like interiors, as well as Instagram, and I've really been inspired by a couple of images. I will put them up on the screen right now, and I really like that kind of like the look of kind of including it. I love the one where they put the desk like behind the sofa so you could look out onto the family area and how like feel inclusive, but obviously in our situation we can't do that, but that is certainly something I might take to our next home. I'm also really very much adulting my interiors. I'm moving away from the all white everything interiors and embracing the dark. I've got a big living room makeover, or like part one of the big living room makeover, coming up very soon in December. Part one because obviously it's a few little things, and the full makeover would include a new sofa and stuff, which is just not something I can do right now. But in this I've been really embracing sort of darker furniture, darker pieces and stuff like that, more woods, moving away. Not fully going to the dark interior side, but very much kind of merging the two together. Very much inspired by Amber Interiors and Studio McGee. Very much people that I'm like, oh, I want these homes. So I'm trying to replicate them as much as I can here. So this is my mood board. Again, this will be on screen right now, of what I want to create. This is kind of the idea for the office situation. So really nice wooden desk, really nice dark chair with a bit of rattan light, throw a cushion over it, throw a blanket, really nice setup, obviously a bit of marble to lift the lightness and stuff. I want to add as well that this home office makeover, as you've seen by the title of the blog, it will have ad in it, and this home office really wouldn't be happening without the help of Maison Du Monde. They contacted me and said, we'd love to work with you, and we sort of bounced around ideas and I explained kind of what I was thinking, and they were like, let's get you set up with a home office. So they have very, very graciously provided me with a desk and a few pieces to create my absolute adulting home office situation. So Maison Du Monde is a great French interiors website. It's got some gorgeous pieces. My coffee table I actually got from there donkeys ago, not sponsored, the coffee table, but it's all part of the brand and I absolutely love it. You guys always comment it and it's like, where is that coffee table from? They just have some great pieces on there, really nice, suit all styles. They really do break it down on the website, sort of the Scandi, this dark, the light, the beach, everything's in there, and of course a little bit of French twist on it because, you know, French brand. But they're a gorgeous interior home company and they just have everything from furniture to lighting to small decor pieces to large decor pieces, everything you could possibly want for your home. So thank you Maison Du Monde for helping me with this video by providing me the furniture so that I can create this home office and show you lovely lot exactly how you can create a gorgeous inspired space like this in your own home. So yeah, I'm ready to go. I've been collecting all the pieces, I've been waiting for everything to get here, but there is one thing, one tiny thing that has not arrived yet for this home office makeover, and that's the chair. I'm gutted. I ordered this chair a number of weeks ago. Unfortunately, everything has just been held up a lot of the time, God bless them, and they've been like, it's getting there. At the moment I've been told it's currently either in the air or on the sea. It's on my way to me, but it's just wouldn't get here in time for this weekend, which I'm gutted about. But I feel like it will be coming pretty much next week or the week after, and I have a couple of chairs that I can use in the meantime before. So not 100%, 99% home office upgrade, but I can make do for now. So yeah, I just really want to get into my home office situation, so I'm going to get set up. So we're going to make coffee, we're going to get all the tools we need, we are going to continue to have CNN on in the background. If you think I've been glancing off, it's not because I've been looking at myself in the viewfinder 90% of the time. I've actually been staring off at the reflection of what's happening on the TV. Obviously the 7th of November, we are on day 4 of the election count, and she is toit. She is toit, and I just want to know what's happening and if this blue wave is going to happen, and I'm trying not to jinx it, but I'm like, can we just announce, please just announce the new president, because it affects everyone, absolutely. So yeah, that will be on the background. So if you see me distracted halfway through the build, you know why. Anywho, let's get some coffee in us, let's go and get my toolbox, and let's get building this desk. Oh my god, what's the update? What's the update? Hello. So, got trusty toolbox right here. I've got coffee, hazelnut coffee. She's good, she's the good stuff. I've moved everything off the top of the desk, which was all the accessories, which I'm going to talk you through later on in this video. But right now I'm going to finish opening up this box and I am going to start unpacking and building my gorgeous, gorgeous desk. Oh my god! Oh bloody Nora. Okay. Oh, that's decent. The hardware comes in its own little bag. That's actually really good. Actually, I wonder if there's instructions in here. Ah, paper. Here we go. Okay, according to this, it will take 15 minutes with 2 men. So 5 minutes with 1 woman. Okay, so get the box bit. Okay, so, oh, I don't have to do drawers. Do I not have to do drawers? 2, 2, 3. Put some screws in. Slidey. Okay. Ooh, I don't think I have to make drawers. Okay, this should be quick. Come on, you just did an arm workout the other day. No. Okay, I am going to have to move this all back, probably move the coffee table and the chair out of the way, because this is a hefty thing. I'm gonna need a lot bigger space than what I thought was a simple gap to build this thing. Like, it's not gonna happen, so we need a new setup, guys. This is like one solid piece, like this. She no joke. She's dench. This is big. This is like a solid piece of marble as well, which is a mouthful, but extremely heavy. So now I realise why they said it takes 15 minutes for 2 grown men to build this. I think my original thought of maybe I can build it in 5 is slightly dwindling. Anywho, I am going to slide that under here, and then let's put, I think I just need to put the legs on. Yeah, turn me upside down and put my legs in, it basically says. It's like 3 instructions. Literally, put legs on. This is the desk. I am so happy with it. It's just absolutely stunning. It's this gorgeous like dark wood, I think it's mango wood. Huge solid piece of marble, by the way, on top with this like little brass detailing in the side of it, and then this gorgeous bit of brass just there peeking out. Really nice drawers. Can't wait to fill you up with everything. But it's absolutely perfect and I absolutely love it. I cannot wait to get this sorted and stuff. So I'm gonna have a play right now because obviously I need it to flow with like how this is gonna sit and everything, and I need to go and grab some bits and stuff upstairs. So I'm gonna have a little play, have a bit of lunch, then get right back to it. Okay, it is a couple of hours later. My curls have dropped from my hair, so I've just literally kept it like this. The desk is now in its kind of final living space. I've had to not do a major remove, but it feels a bit major. I've had to kind of shove the settee and the carpet and the coffee table like that way, and I've had to remove a few things just to kind of create enough of a path for people to walk through. It's thrown me off my game slightly because the sofa was like centered to the fireplace, etc, etc, and now it's just really obvious that the coffee table is off to one side, so my brain's a bit like, but it makes more sense in terms of like allowing a gap to walk through and stuff. So this is the desk here. It's like on this wall that used to be hidden by outdoor. I don't think I've actually spoken about this. Like, if you kind of go back on my Instagram, you'll see like this corner had like the door like kind of literally pressed up against it. It's the door to the kitchen, but we never used it. We never closed that door at all, literally, in our entire 2 years of living here. So when we were coming up with this makeover, we sort of said, oh, maybe like the desk can sit here and the door could cut out, but then I realized like it stuck out so much, it ate into the room. So we just kind of, my husband just kind of said, why don't we just remove the door? And it's the best thing that we've done because it's made this whole space bigger and like easier. And so that's kind of a really good renter tip for people who are wanting to make a change. Like something as simple as removing the door can make such a difference to your space, and it's renter friendly because we've just stored it up in the attic and we'll put the door back on once we leave. I do realize though that we are extremely lucky that we can do that. I know that, you know, there's a lot of rental places don't have like storage, so I do realise that we are in a lucky position that we can hide that door while we store it. So I know that it's not an option for everyone, but if you do have the ability to store it, I highly recommend just like removing a door. We've saved all of the screws and everything like that, so it's easy to pop up again as and when we need. Like I said, the desk is here. It's literally kind of along the side. It's covering this radiator, which is going to be nice on my toesies when I'm working and stuff like that. This chair is back over here, and I've moved the little stool that used to be here. I've moved him over to the other side of the desk, so that's going to be a good little kind of storage, little prop place. But I've just had some lunch and I've just had a bit of coffee, still drinking massive amounts of water, and I'm just coming to the point now where I want to get this styled up and everything like that. So I've purchased a few bits in terms of practical things that I need in order to work, but I've also been very lucky that Maison Du Monde also gifted me a couple of things, which I can't wait to show off to you guys. There's just like extra little kind of things of how you can decorate your space. So I want to give a caveat to this that I am going to be decorating this for my blogging space, which is very different to my working job space. But I will show you that, and maybe I'll put that as like a preview on my Insta, like kind of showing like the Instagram versus reality, because like the situation upstairs is going to pretty much take over that space for the next kind of couple of weeks. But for now, I want to show like the pretty bloggy side of things. So this is kind of all at that stage. Let's just focus on, I realise that this isn't a true working desk. I realise this is more of an Insta desk, but it also can be practical as well. So let's have a look kind of what I've got. I'll start with this little thing here. So like I said, desk, you want practical, but you also want pretty. And I really wanted to get a decorative object. So this is a really nice vase. It's a really nice textured vase. I don't know if you can see that there. A really nice piece. I'll link everything down below, by the way. I think you can put some florals in it. I'm personally going to leave it empty. Maybe put a hydrangea in it later, but I quite like the simplicity of it just kind of sat there on its own. And to build up height with it, I'm going to stack it with this coffee table book. This is like my latest coffee table obsession. This is the Made for Living by Amber Lewis. This is Amber Interiors' new book. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, let me just find a page. Like, oh, just look at those interiors. Absolutely love them. Oh, see, like, oh, just beautiful. Let me find like my all-time favorite image in here. There we go. This is, oh, look at that dining room. This is the dining room that made me follow her. I just absolutely love it. So I figured that and that, create a bit of height there, make it look pretty, because I've actually been like, where on earth I'm going to put you coffee table book, because like everything's been a bit thrown off. So now I'm glad I found home. So I've got that one. I have this bad boy, which I'm very, very happy that I got. This is a gorgeous cushion, really nice and textured, got some neutrals in it, very much similar to most of the other cushions I've got. Found this random lumbar cushion somewhere. I don't even know where she was originally, but I was just like, done. She fits nicely. I would like to pad it out a little bit. She's a little bit kind of droopy, and I want her a little bit more structured, so I'm gonna look for getting more kind of, it's called, what's it called? I can't remember it. I used to use it all the time in textiles when we made like froze, and it's like stuffing, but it's in sheet form. You can get it at different thicknesses. It's going to come back. It's not interfacing because that was a different thing. It's not insulation because that's construction, but it's kind of similar to that. It comes in rolls, and use it a lot in quilts, so you can get different thicknesses, and that's how you get all like, if you do the quilting kind of stitch where you can create like kind of puffs in the fabric. Anyway, going back to textile thing, but you can buy it in rolls, and I reckon I can get like another one, because a lot of my cushions need a bit of like plumping, so I want to invest in a couple of those. But this is going to be great. So for the moment, until my chair comes, I think I'm going to use this one, which is great, because like when I'm not working, I can just put it to one side. I reckon that the chair that I am getting will slot into the desk nicely, so it won't be like kind of stuck out as like two chairs next to each other. But this is going to be good either way for when both chairs come, to just give me that kind of back support just while I'm sitting up. But it is also really, really pretty and gorgeous. And then the final thing is in here. So every office needs a good mug, and I wanted to kind of go away from my traditional white mugs and everything. I love these kind of stone ones, and my husband was like, oh, you've got ones that weren't white, and there's two of them. So there's one for him and there's one for me. So that's kind of like my little office mug situation. Always got to have one. And then there's a few little things in here. I very kindly got this cute pen in my order, which was great. But I also picked up, my husband was so mad at me when he saw it, because he was like, why we have pens? But I've got to have gold pens on display, guys. Like, I just have to. And then I ordered these. Let me get them out so you can kind of see them. But these are a bit more of a practical product, because I'm all about making things look nice and neat. So these are cable holders, but they come in different colours. So I've got some black ones, some brown ones, which I thought was great for the wood. I don't think you can even see that, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to put these at the side of the desk so that my laptop cable can always like hang and it's not trailing anywhere or anything like that. So a little practical purchase there. Let me move on to this bag, which is kind of things that I brought from upstairs office to bring downstairs of what I need and everything like that. These aren't brand new things, these are things that I've had for ages. So the first one is my pot. So I bought this from Anthropology years ago, when I didn't even have a desk, I just loved it so much. I was like, I know one day I'm going to use this, so had to have it. This, by the way, is a pencil from the Everyman Cinema for when we used to be able to go to cinemas. We went to go and see Phoebe Waller-Bridge do her one-man show, or one-woman show, which is obviously the show that inspired, like the play that inspired Fleabag, the series, which is amazing. But it's a pencil, and it says that's why they put rubbers on the ends of pencils, which if you know Fleabag, you know what that's all about. So I always keep it there, but just imagine my pretty pens in this situation. And by the way, I was that sad that I loved it so much that I also bought the stapler, which I've not used ever because there's no staples in it, but I was like, oh God, I have them matching. So they're gonna finally have a home in this desk. I've got this, which I always spray whenever I'm having a moment at work. This is the Neon Scent to De-Stress. It smells amazing. But it's like a room. It's a room spray, and every now and then you'll just see me pull this out. I'm like, right, we've got to get on. We've got to get on with the work. Relax, go for it. This is a random like little, this is actually a Molton Brown gift box that had like some bauble, like the shampoo, not shampoo, shower gel baubles in it from last year. But what I like to do is save these types of boxes because I'll actually use these as organisers in the drawer. So these are some of the stuff that I've brought down. So my plan, by the way, for each of the drawers is I'm going to have this one here as my work drawer. So this is going to hold all my stuff in. But this drawer, what I want to do is have it so it holds like the everyday stuff. So some of the example of stuff like, you know, when you're just like, where is that? Where is that? It's kind of, I don't want it to become a dumping drawer. I want it to become the stationery drawer for the house. So things like blue tack, because we're always like, where the blue tack is. And now it's going to be in this drawer. Extra pens and stuff like that. Random tape measure, but I know that I've tried to look for this the other day and I was like, where is it? And I just found it when I was going through the drawer. So that's going to live in there. And then stuff like, this is an old diary. Oh, remember 2019? But this is an old diary, but it's got all my addresses in, which I shouldn't show you on camera just in case. But these are all like friends and family's addresses that I need to transfer into an actual address book. I just need to get around for it. But again, whenever people are like, who lives where? I'm literally the friend that everyone's like, can you tell me what the address is? Because I'm the only one that writes them down. So that again will live there. So when Lee's like, where does my mother live again? I can be like, look in the drawer, it's right there. And then the other thing for, oh, there's two more things for the drawer. So I have like a box upstairs that keeps all our Christmas wrapping paper because I just use white company wrapping paper because I love it so much. So what I also do is store cards up there, but I always forget that I have the cards up there because I don't want to go all the way up in the attic to get them, so I end up just buying new cards. So now I have a drawer that I can put cards in. So that literally, again, somebody's birthday or something's happened, you go into the card drawer and the cards are there. We're adulting, guys. Like I said, these were bits that I wanted to bring downstairs to have in like the everyday stationery drawer. So it's all going to be there for things when you need them. In terms of what's left in here for like things that I need in the office, I've got my Marc Jacobs glasses for when I need my actual glasses because I have two pairs and I'll show you the other ones in a bit. My coaster because I don't want to stain that marble, so I'll use that one. And then my pride and joy of my office. If you work with me, you know how much these mean to me and you know how much I don't let anyone borrow them. There was an actual ban at work, but these are my pretty pastel highlighters, which are so much better than the normal ones. But I am very particular with my highlighters, as in what order they have to go back into the package. And one time somebody borrowed a highlighter and didn't put the lid back on properly, and I literally was like nostril flare like Monica Geller about it, to the point where my manager was like, I never want to hear this ever again. Nobody is allowed to borrow Elle's like highlighters. It was just one of those things. So yeah, so that's kind of all the bits that I brought from downstairs that I do need in the office. There's probably more, like I said, there's blog Elle and then there's actual marketing Elle. So those stuff will be making their way down very, very soon. But the other bits that I got, which are for like me, can't wait to show you these. First one I'm going to show you is my new notebook. So I always like to get a good notebook, and this is a PR product that was gifted to me. It's by Papier, but let me show you the box it comes in first. So this is like the display box it comes in. I'm saving this for images that I'm going to do for them, but this is the actual notebook. Oh, it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. So it's lined. There's a little wallet at the back as well for storing documents in, but it says bisous. and it's a beautiful red leather with gold foil. And I got the EMG, my initials down there, and it's so stunning and I absolutely love it. And so much so that I am going to buy the diary that looks exactly the same as this, the 2021 diary. And I think I'm gonna buy, I don't want to be that girl that has the same notebook, but they do it in like a dark navy. But I love this print so much that I want to buy it, but they also do ones with croissants on it. So I think I like the croissants, but again, I'll link them down below because it's such a good little notebook to have on hand, especially with matching pens. So yeah, that's my notebook now. That's my new one, blogging notebook. And like I said, I need to get another one for work L. Final bits. So let's start with the boring one. I got a new extension cable. This house is very weird with its like plugs and sockets and stuff like that, but essentially there's a double socket there, which is where all the like computer stuff is going to come off. So I needed a long enough extension cable, but I needed one that had enough of the plugs in for everything. The other thing I needed to get, getting serious, wireless keyboard and mouse situation. This such a random little thing, but this is like an example of something small that like don't sacrifice style on. This is a leather mouse mat. I need a mouse mat, like it's just my thing. I have to work on a mouse mat when it comes to obviously working and stuff, and I just thought rather than getting a boring one, why don't I go plush with leather? So there's two of them as well. And then the final thing from my little like office haul is a laptop stand. So again, I do have one upstairs, but this one's a bit sleeker, nicer, and it's perfect for the MacBook and everything like that. We've got a few more bits and bobs up here. Obviously, these are a few different things that are a bit random, but I find them key things for when I'm working. So the first one is my second pair of glasses. Like I said, I have my actual glasses that have a slight prescription for when my eyes get tired, but to try and prevent that, I have these ones from Key Australia, or Quay. I think it's Key, but some people say Quay. These are blue light glasses, so nerdy L, but what it does is take all the blue light out from when you're looking at screens. So like if I put these on, like it's quite not yellowy, but it looks yellowy in front of me, but they help so much with my eyes, stopping them getting tired, especially when I'm looking at screens for like 8+ hours a day. So I highly recommend those. The other thing I recommend is if you need an external hard drive, I don't invest in any other one other than this one. This is the Lacy hard drive. I think it's a terabyte. So good, especially with Macs, because the storage gets eaten up so quickly. So these are essential, so I highly recommend those. So that's going to go and live in the drawer, but live just there for the moment. And then the final thing I kind of wanted to show you was, this was just something I just got today in the post, but it's so amazing, I wanted to show you. So when you're kind of working in a situation, you want to make sure it's an enjoyable environment, especially if you're going to be there for a while. So one of the key things is scent. So like I said, I've got my de-stress scent, but I also like to have a candle burning while I'm working, just to kind of create a nice atmosphere and everything like that. This one got sent to me in the post today and it smells incredible. So it's automatically, oh, it just smells so fresh. But this one, yeah, is gonna automatically live on my desk. So this is by Orphic Living. I hope I'm saying that right. And this candle is hand poured, it's soy, so lovely. And it's amber, eucalyptus and frankincense. I think it's them with the Christmas candles, but honestly, it doesn't smell like Christmassy at all. Like I've got actually her clove, cinnamon and cedarwood candle burning right now, so the room smells a bit Christmassy because of that candle. It's really, really nice. But this one just smells so fresh because of the eucalyptus. Like that's kind of the scent I want to be working to. So I'm gonna have this live on my desk so that in the morning I can light it, set the eye atmosphere up for working. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get my computer situation set up, and that includes also styling this chair with a throw and everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get the desk set up now. So cue another time lapse. everyone, it is the next day. I was faffing around all day and all evening, and I kept changing it up even when my husband got home from work. I was just not quite finding the right layout that I want, but I eventually got it, and I even did a lot of work at the desk while my husband was playing, and it was exactly kind of the thing that I imagined, that I'd be part of the conversation but I could be working really hard. Like, I got so much more done than I would do if I was just sat on the sofa, so really happy that it's already working and stuff. So let me show you the final layout and show you kind of what I came up with. So this is the babe in all her glory. As you can see, there's already a few wires forming at the bottom there that I'm not happy with, but it's like a living desk, so they'll be cleared out for the photos, but I wanted to show you a little bit of reality. But yeah, this is the setup that I kind of finally came up with. Of course, still waiting for the chair. I'm optimistic that it will come this week and it will be nice and just slot in right there, which will be excellent. What I was struggling with most was that when I didn't have the plant, I don't know if I showed it, but I moved the plant into this corner here, and I was just using the chair, and I found that it was just a bit too like there because there was such a big gap between that and this unit. So I put the plant there for the moment, although she's probably going to change up next week because that's actually where our tree sits, so it might look a bit more fuller once the tree's in, but for now I was like, I just need to fill that kind of empty space up a little bit with something just to make it look a bit more fuller. But this is it at the moment. So I've been sat in that chair while I was working last night and it was brilliant, so that's all good to go. I've moved the stool that used to be there, I've moved it here, which is brilliant because as you can see it's becoming a little mini dumping ground, but a neat one. This is obviously, I'm doing a collab with Papier, so I do need to put that there as a reminder to do the picture, so I thought that's brilliant. But that could hold like a mountain of stuff if I wanted to. But yeah, it's like a really good little setup. So this is it from if you're sat in the living room. Ignore the boxes. But yeah, it's a really good setup. So I'll go for the drawers first. As I said, this is like the life drawer. So we've got cards, address book, batteries, blue tack, cable tidies, tape measure, and a to-do list that I normally have out. So that's all kind of in there. And then this side of things, I don't think there's anything confidential. Not really. This is a little bit more messy, but this is more reflective of like how I work. So as you can see, glasses are in there, cleaning up, put back together, lens cleaner, which this stuff, by the way, this is brilliant for cleaning everything, and even stuff like I clean my screen with it. Absolutely brilliant. My AirPods in there, the wire is upstairs, so I do need to bring the wire down here because obviously I feel like I'll just leave them charging like on the extension cable down below. Highlighters are nice and neat, ready for me to grab. And then I've got like my spare memory cards, which I think will live in here because I'll quickly grab them as and when I'm working on them on the laptop. My Etsy nail polish, a nail file, my chapstick, and some extra good pens, but just not ready for display. And as I said, got the plant here, and then I have this magazine rack which is just sort of hiding the cables. And then over here I've got this coaster that I got for my birthday from my dear friend Fran, so she's still moving over from one office to the other. She's great for my coffee and everything. Here I was having a bit of trouble deciding, and I ended up swapping it out. So the book that I wanted is now living over here, which is great because I love having her on show. And I just got a few smaller books and did a bit of like a height rise. I just needed that corner lifting up because everything was just looking like do. So I just needed to create a bit more of height and interest. Put the pot here, which I absolutely love being there. And then over here is the stand that I use for the laptop, which is great. It's a good height, absolutely brilliant. And there's space underneath, if you can see here. I use this to-do list on a daily basis when it comes to blog work. So I've just kind of shoved her under there at the moment, which will probably actually live forever. Keyboard set up here, nice and straight. Got mouse mat here, got my mouse all looking brilliant. Still love that I can see a little bit of the gold, which is great. And then my fancy pen pot all here. Let's just face Paris out a bit more. Room spray, and then the candle that I was burning last night, which smells amazing. So yeah, that's kind of like the little setup as it is at the moment. I love that it's kind of over the prim. I think for this wall though, I'm kind of planning like a gallery wall, I think, of like family photographs, but we shall see. For the moment it ties in nicely with the room. This whole area, just now that we've taken the door off, it just feels so much bigger, this space. Like there's just so much more to it, so it was a good thing that we did. And like I said, this is just a great little working setup. So there you go, that's my little work from home desk office setup. I hope this kind of inspired you. If you're like me and the work from home life is going to be your foreseeable future, I hope this kind of inspired you to sort of maybe give your own space a bit of a rejig. Even if you're not going to go to the extent that I've gone to of new desk and everything like that, maybe you get yourself a fancier stand for your laptop, or you get yourself a nice notebook. I think, like I said, this is becoming the new normal. So I think definitely investing in some pieces that are going to make you feel fabulous while you're working from home is the mood that we all want to go through towards 2021. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video, found some inspiration. Do give it a like, leave me a comment of like any of the bits that you like. I will have everything linked down below if you are interested, but if I forget anything, leave me a comment, I'll be right on it. Do subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have a lot more interior videos coming soon, a few more vlogs and everything. And yeah, I just hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.